Hey everyone, it's Becky, and welcome to my medieval tavern. I named this the Wanderer's Home, serving Becky's brews. So I originally was going to try and make this a World of Warcraft tavern, but it kind of just turned into a regular old medieval tavern. I didn't do anything special to try and make it World of Warcraft themed. But I think it still turned out super cool. It looks super cozy on the inside, and I really love it. So starting off on the outside, I just have this little wagon here with some like flour sacks in it, and then these little barrel flower pots and little medieval, what are these called? Can't remember. My windows here have shutters on them, a nice tall door, and then these little candles on these little antler candle holders. Perfect little touch. As always, the sign up here is made on paint. And then just another little fire over there, and then a sword and some stone. Just a fun little workshop find. So let's head inside the tavern. I must say, this is definitely a very fancy tavern. I'm sure there's many of them back in those days that were pretty seedy. Definitely upscale here. We have like a autumnal feast happening at these tables. Here's what this front area looks like. I have a nice deep red colored rug, and then a couple of these suits of armor guys. They look super cool here, like shimmering in the light. Each side has a medieval bench, and then some checkered curtains, and some candles. I tried to bring in some red around, so I did a couple of these red candles. I love how these ones flicker. And then up above the front door, I have a couple of animal skulls and some shields and daggers. I have a fireplace on both sides, and then a couple of tapestries flanking them. Got this one here, and this is what the fire looks like. Got some pumpkins on the bottom for the autumnal feast celebration, and then like an animal horn bugle situation. Some tiny pumpkins, a fox carving, and a skull up there. Here's what this side looks like. Just a couple of little different decorations on here, and then the other tapestry right there. And then I did like this cobblestone brick type of thing for the lower half of the walls, and then the upper portions I did just a wood. I love the beams up on the ceiling, and then I did a nice long row of the chandeliers all the way throughout it. I also love how the upper level is open to the bottom. Right here in the middle on this big rug, I have two big long tables with benches for the patrons to come in and enjoy the feast. Lots of tasty food on this table. Let's see, what do we have? We have cherry pie, some mashed potatoes and gravy, a pumpkin stew, a big roast turkey, and then some bread and butter. Everyone's got a nice mug there for their spirits, and then these really pretty plates. This table over here is the same, except they have an apple pie. I just love how cozy and nice this looks in here. Right here is the bar area. As you can see up above, I have a couple more antlers, and then right here is like the main bar area. Some bar stools, a big bar area, and then on each side of the doorway to the kitchen, I just have these big cabinets filled with all the mugs and glasses and some spirits. A couple of barrels on each side to add a little extra something. Another shield here above the door, and then we'll head into the kitchen next. I just have a broom and some aprons right there. Right here is like a big trunk. A table here for carving up the chickens and turkeys, some more stew, a butter churn, and an old-fashioned medieval sink. Some more plates and stuff. Right here is where they chop up a lot of the produce. I have some onions hanging up. Got some bread, some flour, potatoes and onions, peppers, mushrooms, a little jar, and then some herbs hanging up right there. Another shelf here filled with some more produce and whatnot. And then a big fireplace here for cooking everything. I use these little like campfires here and filled it up with a bunch of candles to make it look like an actual working fire. Just some utensils, some fireplace utensils, little pot, a little bucket. Lots of firewood there to keep the fires going. Another trunk. This doorway just leads to the outdoors. And then down here we have the basement. Just lots of storage, some like pickled items, some flour, lots of barrels and stuff for wine. As you can see, we have two staircases going up to the upper level. We'll head up this one right here. Love how it's like the triangular roof up here. Makes it a little more intimate, I think. Some more of my suits of armor. I think they look great up there. And then 3 small round tables. A little set of chairs with a little stove in between them on both sides of the room. Back here, I just have 2 bookshelves on each side filled with some old books. These bookshelves are like perfect for this type of build with like the intricate details and like the velvet backing to them. And back here, another medieval bench and some checkered curtains. And lastly, up here is another big table. This is like more the fancier table, I imagine. We have the 2 chairs for the 2 most important people. And then they get the fancy chalices. And then a bottle of the nice liquor right there. They also get a delicious pumpkin pie, my favorite. But yeah, this is what it looks like up here. Definitely loving the vibes in here. And here is what the lower level looks like from the balcony. So I hope you enjoyed this tour of my medieval tavern. I love the vibes of this place. I think it turned out super great. And thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye!